Okay, good morning, Coach. Can we get some opening thoughts, and then we'll take questions from everybody.
Well, practice this week, the biggest thing is making sure that, we bring back the energy, and that's one of our things. And make sure we bring back the juice to practice just so guys understand that football is fun, but at the same time, football is only fun when you're winning and you're making plays, right? It's not just a participation trophy. So making sure we do all the little things right and continue to clean up some of the details as far as whether it's schematics, the penalties, and just once again, making sure we have the right people in the game. And, we did quite a few things in practice, just more situational type of football. At the same time, like I said, bringing back the energy and making sure we're fully prepared to play Arizona.
Okay, please raise your hand if you have questions, and I'll call on you. We'll start with Ryan Young.
Good morning, Donte. Based on everything you saw from Jackson this week, is he limited in any way?
I don't know if he's ever really limited. I mean, he has a brace on. That's about all I can say. I don't really know what that brace does as far as limitations, but I mean, he looks fine to me. He looks ready to go.
So last week you said he wasn't fully available. Is he more fully available this week?
Yeah, I believe he is, fully more, prepared. Just for last week, like I said, he had one full day to practice, and, he was only clear for emergency use.
Yeah. Thanks.
No problem.
Ryan Karchi.
Donte, does this feel to you like a good opportunity to get younger players involved, or anyone in particular you're kind of looking at it, especially in that regard, this game?
No, I don't feel like it's an opportunity just to get younger guys involved. I feel like it's an opportunity to make sure we have the right players involved and on the field. I mean, Arizona's a really good football team. If you look at, all the record maybe doesn't indicate where they want it to be, but you look at the start of the fourth quarter in all these games, they either have the lead or they within like a point to, 5 points. So these ball games are close. Whatever has happened in the fourth quarter has happened, but they're playing complimentary football for the first three quarters. And, they just happen not to get the results that they want at the end.
And I know Todd mentioned Jalen and Prophet, especially yesterday, but how in general do you feel about the development of the younger guys in the secondary over the course of the season?
Well, some of those guys like a Jalen and Prophet, they weren't mid-year players. So they didn't get here until the summer. And, also those are two guys that didn't even play football their senior year. So it's just the development, to start off, they were way behind just not playing football their senior year, not being able to be a mid-year, coming in the summer. And really the first time that you get a chance to be coached is, pretty much August, just because of the rules and everything by the NCAA. So, I mean, I guess now they're starting to catch up to the speed and make sure they understand what's, basically asked upon them.
Adam Grossbard.
Donte, beyond a win, what would you want to see this week from the team to feel like they're, trending in the right direction and kind of righting the ship after the last couple of games?
For one, make sure we're more accountable as far as like the penalties go and the little stupid mistakes, right? Some things I get it. I get certain guys, in certain things, situations, but the stupid mistakes can't happen. Making sure, like I said, we don't turn the ball over and make sure we force turnovers, controlling the line of scrimmage, but more importantly, making sure we have fun. And like I said, the only way we have fun is actually making plays and making sure we win this football game.
Ryan Abraham.
Good morning, Donte. Arizona's kind of gone through a few quarterbacks. They've also used like kind of a wildcat package with Joyner there. What have you seen from him, and how does that change like your defensive preparation, getting ready for a guy that's that athletic?
Well, at the same time, Joyner in high school was a quarterback. I remember even myself being at, University of Arizona, and they were recruiting him at that time. He was a little younger of a player, but they were recruiting him as a quarterback. So just because he's in there wildcat doesn't mean he can't throw. Right, he's just a different dynamic as far as a guy that can run the football, and he ran hard last week, and I'm sure that he'll continue to do that.
And then this is a team, their 19-game losing streak, heartbreaker last Friday against Washington, where they thought they had the game won. How do you prepare the guys knowing that? I mean, this is a team that's really hungry for a win. They're going to try to get a win however they can.
I mean, like I say, it's still about us, but at the same time, making sure you prepare for the things that Arizona does. And the 19-game losing streak doesn't mean anything to us. Every game is different. Every game is different. The person that you're playing against as an individual. At the same time, they have a new staff. So I'm sure that they're not worried about what happened last year or maybe even the year before. They're worried about what's going on right now for them also.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's go to Antonio.
Hey, Donte. Every week it seems like the offensive guys after the game talk about finishing opportunities in the red zone and how they need to do that better. What do they need to do to finish better in the red zone in terms of scoring touchdowns?
I mean, it's like I said, it's always a mixture of everything, whether that's schematically or that's just flat out execution. It's always one little thing that's off, and that one little thing is costing us dearly because sometimes it's holding us to 3 points or it's holding us to nothing. So, we just got to finish and make sure whether that's whatever that case may be, whether that's, a particular person making sure they lead that particular group to make sure, we have a stronger will than the defense to make sure we score 7. Or is that just flat out just someone making a play?
We'll go back to Ryan Karchi.
Donte, speaking of the red zone, I know before the Washington State game, you guys talked about peppering Jackson in, especially in the red zone. What is it about his skill set, especially on those RPOs, that maybe lends itself to some success in that part of the field?
Well, he's a quarterback first, but at the same time, he has the ability to use his legs. So it's just a different problem for a defense as far as a guy that, can hand the ball off, could throw it, but he also can run it himself. And I mean, that's just a problem when you have 3 options on every play.
Thanks.
No problem.
Give everybody a chance to raise their hand if they have a question. See no more questions. So Donte, thank you for joining us this morning. We'll see you out on Saturday. Media, same thing. Thank you for being here and have a good rest of your day. See you Saturday. Thank you.
Fight on.